Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers Areas at War. I'm Phase Motion. We are jumping back into another episode. Just a heads up, my internet is a little bit bamjaxed at the moment. So for the next few days until they fix it, we will be mostly recorded episodes that I'm going to upload while I sleep, and hopefully it will complete. So fingers crossed, but things might be a little bit sporadic. Just so you know, I've also taken this chance to tweak, modify, adjust the settings for sound. And I think I have something that is going to work, but yeah, we shall see. I shall see, and you shall see. Hopefully, it's going to be much better. So, what are we up to today? A couple of things I wanted to do. I wanted to carry on from our last episode and work on this docking area. I have played around with a few different ideas for what this might look like. I tried having 4 pistons, one for each leg, and then coming up to meet the leg and landing on the leg, little pads on top of the legs and bringing it down. But there was not a ton of wobble, but it was wobbling, and it was I wasn't happy with it. So the next thing I tried, because I'd like to have a kind of a movable docky type thing, is replacing those 4 with a single piston, and then having a kind of movable platform that you can see here in yellow. And then working on the colours so that it looks a little bit interesting. So I'm going for this kind of dark grey for the main section of the dock, and then that will probably change to lighter shades in rings kind of around the yellow as we progress out. I'm thinking about having the whole bottom portion as blocks, and then having some kind of flame trenchy type stuff around where the engines will come down. The engines won't actually touch the dock because the whole dock is going to be raised up here a little bit, and then the engines will be off by the time it's brought down. But I thought it might be an interesting detail, so I might play about with that. The other thing I want to do is kind of, instead of hiding all of the pipework under the platform, is somehow raising it out and having it somewhere that's a little bit visible, covered by catwalks probably, but something like that to kind of give it a bit of detail that might look good. We also have this docking connector on a piston just here, and I was also thinking about using the AI blocks to have like an automated dock. So basically you would come up, something from this side, you'd engage the AI blocks, and it would then automatically come in, dock, and land in the right spot, hopefully in the right spot, every time. And then I still haven't decided if I'm going to cover this thing. I would quite like some kind of covered area, mostly because this is not primarily a combat ship. Although I was thinking that maybe this episode, we will take it for a spin. There's a pirate station somewhere around here, not too far. It's like 7.5 kilometers away. I was going to take it in range, and I was going to try out these guided missiles that come with this thing. I've updated the scripts to the latest version of LAMP for the missiles themselves, and updated the controller, the WAM, inside the ship. So yeah, we'll probably give that a spin. I want to give that a spin. I'm hoping we'll have time in this episode. I'd like to kind of keep this episode, an hour-ish. That's the goal. My live streams tend to go on for 3 or 4 hours, so maybe something more bite-sized would be good. And then what I did is I also I had a problem with the build and repair nibbling away at these engines because one of the settings wasn't quite correct. So I printed out a pair of them, and I kept one, and I'm thinking about using that as a kind of feature, like a spare parts shelf, kind of coming out here, and it would be a nice little detail, I think. So that's the plan. So let's get into it. So as you can see, what I've done is I've got this yellow area here with this grey, slightly inset section. And then what I was going to do is underneath that, fill out the blocks in kind of a white, to give you kind of a like a design relief. Is the idea. So we can actually carry on with that part of it. Oh, hang on, I was taking a screenshot earlier, and I think I might be in admin mode still. Yes, I am. That's a bit silly. Okay, we'll put that there. That's going to build it out. It's good to catch early. So yeah, so I have the these kind of white blocks. Something like this. It's like an engraved section. Was the idea. We have a ton of steel, so that side of things is not going to be an issue. And we'll use half blocks just to save on a little bit of resource. Again, it's not a huge thing. Hopefully that's not going to rub the piston up the wrong way. That was wrong, it's supposed to be down there. We'll fix that in a bit. And then this inset side at the moment is 4 blocks. Only because I forgot when I was playing around. Is that the right colour? I think so. Actually, let's be a little bit consistent. So there's a 1 block gap between those things. Did those half blocks not, did I not do that part? Okay. Yeah, you can see a little bit of a shimmy going on there. Am I stuck on the wall? Come on. Oh, that's a mistake. So yeah, it's been a trying day. And it's only Monday. So yeah, please do let me know about the sound. What do you think? If it's okay, if it's any better. Let me get rid of that light. Doesn't matter if that's white. And this one. And then let's finish off here as well. I can't remember why these are 2. Why are these 2? Because I trimmed. Yeah, I was trimming the yellow platform section. Okay. And I should go back down and just make sure that those half blocks are properly attached. Otherwise, at the first attack, things could get ugly. I think that's another one that I missed. Probably. These need to be attached as well. Just otherwise, you know, if a stray missile comes in, then things end up getting detached, and you end up royally screwed. Not as happened before, but it's happened before. Oh. There we go. That should be hunky-dory. Find a way out. These yellow blocks are a little bit funky because I was playing around with the pistons and that sort of stuff and trying to find a way to make it work. But I think this will do it. Okay, so the plan would be I need 4 blocks for that. You need to leave I need to leave a gap because otherwise you get this weird thing because this platform's moving, it's not directly connected to the grid, and yeah, things look weird. So let's do 1 block in black around. Whoops. And we'll probably use the white again. There we go. Underneath that with the half blocks we were doing before. We'll probably change the color of those 4 blocks. But with the idea was that with the kind of contrasting colors, it'll make it easier to see from a distance once the lighting has been fixed or set up. Oh no, that was right. We don't have to worry about thruster damage, as I said. We will the ship's engines will be off by the time it gets this low. It probably would be a wise move to bring the ship up a little bit, to give me a bit more headroom. I keep on banging my head on the engines. Actually, I'm thinking now, actually doesn't, like, I could just add all of the blocks in and then just go around and paint them, but I want this one to be 4 blocks. And then to do half blocks. something like this, the lighter. Although actually, to me at the moment, it looks exactly the same. And we'll keep 4 blocks on the end side. Again, just so we can anchor them down. And then we'll do the painting afterwards, I think. Once we can get some distance and take a good look at how it ends up. So we can actually just fill in a lot of that stuff. Let's put a full block in again, just to make sure things are anchored properly. Go back to these. Bob is doing a grand job of keeping things in sync for us, building things out. And from this angle, it looks color looks different. We all have our own techniques for laying out blocks like this. Sometimes I like to go backwards. It's a bit more natural. I was watching the Olympic swimming with my daughter. She was like 5. She's quite into swimming at the moment. And we were talking about the different styles of stroke that you can use. And she wanted to use freestyle, so she could pick any way that she wanted to. Which I thought was a smart move. She only really knows one way at the moment. I thought it was quite cute. Yeah. It's the front of the ship. That was a mistake. And one thing I did do actually at the front is the ship originally comes with a ramp here, so this whole front section goes down, so you can drive things up and down it, and you see the button panels here. At the front, there's another set on the bottom. I took those out and transformed it into a just a normal part of the grid, so it's not on hinges anymore. I thought that would make things a bit more reliable. Not that I've had any problems, it just yeah, it felt better for me, and I would never use it, so it seems pointless to have more variables that need to be controlled than need be. Simpler is better sometimes. It's a cool feature. I really liked the idea of it, but yeah, not really suiting the way I play. And that's one of the great things about this ship, is that, you know, it's really thoughtfully everything really thoughtfully done. So you can make these types of changes, and you're not you know, it's not like it's a massive thing that you have to adapt. So I really appreciate that. You know, you can tweak things to your own play style. Do the backstroke now. I'm not a super sporty person, but I do like watching a couple of things on the Olympics, and it's nice that she likes some of these things. So, like, she's only 5, so she's got a ways to go before she figures out who she is and what she wants to do and that sort of stuff. My current desire is to be a Pokemon trainer or an artist, which I thought was an interesting set of options which I was picking from. I left a gap. There we go. And this is just normal, this isn't heavy armor, it's just normal light armor. It doesn't need to be. And, if I do go and enclose the whole thing, then, the odds of this being damaged are fairly low. Not zero, but I was surprised recently by some of the aggro that we got. In fact, I'm going to show you. First we'll get some energy. Yes, one thing I did do, and I tried it out to see if it would work, and I think I quite like it. And that is, so from this hangar bay, what I've done is I use the drill and fill mod, which we used to dig out this whole thing. I use it to drill through a like an entranceway here, and I mirrored how the doors are on this hangar on the Calypso, so that basically you can fly through now with ships. So I think it could be quite useful. So it's like a loading dock type area. And then the other thing I had to do is that these guns are always popping at the passing faction. We're quite near our station 27. They're always taking pop at them because we have a negative reputation with them. So they're always popping off, and we also get space pirates that spawn fairly often in this area, which is another reason why I want to take out that stealth pirate station. I think it might be contributing to it. And these gun emplacements, it's heavy armor. They've got auto welders set up to repair them, and they're usually pretty robust. But some of the pirates they like to kamikaze. And I came back after building this base on Crate that we did the other day, and this whole section, this part here, all the way up to the hangar doors, all the way to the right here, had gone. And I'm assuming that one of the space pirates decided to attack and kamikazed into it and took out the lot. And the armor that we had here was light armor, and it took out the pirate. There was no damage inside, so it was fine. But what I did do is I went through and essentially replaced the whole deck here with heavy armor, so it's a bit more robust against that. And if we need to, we can go through and put heavy armor plate on top of it to give it an extra bit of resistance against those types of things. So then essentially you have 2 layers of deformation to absorb any kind of impact. These doors handled it fine. I guess they got a little bit damaged, but there was nothing apparent. Bob had already fixed it. But this whole section here, all the way over to here, was gone. So I cleaned that up and made it more uniform, and I finished off some of the design that was here. It was kind of a bit haphazard. Sometimes it's like ending in a square block, and there was no shape and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I fixed that. And the other thing I was thinking is, like, I need a better place to bring up and dock this beastie, our main gunship. This I think it's a frigate. From here, because at the moment it's like directly in the way of this thing, and maneuvering it around is a pain in the ass. So I put this temporarily out here, with the idea of seeing, it looks like it will fit, but trying out the dock and that sort of thing, and just making sure that everything was kind of square before we repositioned it, and then I'll take away that docking adapter. But I was looking to find a way to make this a bit more robust and less prone to being damaged from any attacks that come around. So I'm not exactly sure what to do yet, but I was thinking about putting I don't know, some kind of reinforcement around this section to see if that would help. I'm not sure guns is a good idea, because when a ship is docked, you know, the ship is kind of in the way, and you know, sometimes the friendly fire kicks in and you end up being a little bit screwed. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you guys have any ideas or any thoughts on this, stuff that you've done, or just like a general idea, then you know, feel free to share and let me know in the comments. So we're going to go around, and I think I'm going to put the full blocks out first, and then we'll go back in with the half blocks. I'll keep the scaffolding underneath. Oh, out of steel plate, I think. Oops, a bit fast. Let me just check how much plate we have. 10. We did have tons, but I may have gone through it. Although it was like 15k. 200. Oh, there you go. 46k. Yeah, we've got plenty. So where were we? You can hear my guns harassing. Let me just check the sound is okay. Harassing the NPC corp in the background. Let me just tweak the sound down a little bit from the game. There you go. Cool. Got any loose blocks? Okay. We can go back to that. And then we'll do the painting afterwards. Hopefully the weather is decent where you are. In Berlin at the moment it's summer. Today has been a bit of a scorcher. I have to excuse some of the Australian and New Zealand slang. I've been watching a lot of Wellington, Future Wellington, and Wellington 6012, 1618, can't remember his name. And yeah, quite funny hearing him talk. But the mosquitoes are out here in force. So yeah. I don't actually know how warm it was today, but I was suffering a little bit. I meant to pick up that little rugrat. Okay. Cool. It'll look good once it's done, I think. It's always a little bit weird, like, you know, I wanted to go on this asteroid because I like the features, and, you know, it was big enough to build a nice sized base inside, because I was, you know, already knew I wanted to build a fairly large ship. And I also wanted to kind of keep some of the features of the asteroid. But when it came to the shipyard for building this ship, I I just took out a big chunk of it. I couldn't find a nice angle for a shipyard that would work for the size of what I had. Because this thing is pretty big. It's like 20 by 28 by 44, I think it is. Blocks. And those numbers, those numbers don't sound huge, but it's a big beastie. But I do think it's fantastic, so it's given me a lot of ideas. Not just for the kind of shape and capability and that sort of stuff, but the overall design, how to fill it out, that sort of stuff. It's got some really nice features. Like this front portion, it feels like it's kind of out there. Like what's the purpose? Why is it this shape? Isn't it just going to get damaged, that sort of thing? But then it's a nice space. It's pretty big. It's got access to the main part of the ship. It's got these missiles, these homing missiles integrated into it, kind of tucked out of the way. It's really clever. So I like it. As you guessed. I need to fix that, don't I? Let's get Bob to do the hard work for us. Although I think sometimes it actually takes more time and effort to change color and click the blocks than it does to just go around with the grinder and fix it. Okay. That is coming along. I think we need to come out a little bit more. Maybe 2. Forward, it's looking... maybe 2 forward as well. Yeah, up to here. And then this is going to be like a control tower type thing. This was originally the control tower for the shipyard. So we can control the rotors and grinders and that sort of stuff. Well, I want something with like glass and a bit of shape onto it. Okay. And then probably the same on the left-hand side. Oh, I need to do that part. I have a feeling the space pirate is going to pay us a visit soon. I did. I spent a little bit of time going and clearing up some of the debris from the entity list. Because, as I said, my guns like to, they're set on target enemies, and I don't want to try and do anything too clever or smart, with it, and use the II defensive block and when you're targeted and that sort of stuff, because it's only going to bite me in the arse when true aggro comes around and the guns aren't firing for some reason, and then it ends up being a bit of a disaster. Because that has happened to me. Okay, so in the back we're going to come out. Now, if anything, that's going to be where the doors are, so we don't need to be too fussy about it. Although this thing is too big to actually have any kind of sensible doors that we can use. We would have to use I don't know, pistons and hinges or something to make it work. So I think it's just like an opening. If we do go with that approach, it would just be an opening that it flies into. And then we can always put turrets around the entrance. Maybe that's a good idea. Essentially use it as an excuse to put some more turrets and defenses in place. Although I still need to figure out what's the most effective things. Like artillery is pretty good, but it's also pretty slow. And I tend to go with assault cannons. I've not really done much with anything else. Technically, we have access to lasers. Okay, and we were going to come out two, weren't we? So let's do that. And then we can connect up the side. And let's get rid of those. What? Okay. And then it's 3, isn't it? 1, 2. Yeah, so the size is actually pretty good. Like, a large block would fit there, and we can line the this thing as a wall. That's what I was thinking when I dug it out in terms of the extra space that I gave it. Oh, and a steel. Nice. You don't really have many indications that you're making progress when you're doing one of these larger things. So running out of steel plate is at least some indication. So it's a pretty chill stream. Just trying to clear out some of these lingering things. And then this side. Probably going to be the same, isn't it? Can I fit one more in before I do the... Yeah. And then put something like this in place. Did I change? What did I change? 4 blocks. Okay, that's better. Yeah, like that. And that's far enough forward, so we can have some detailing on the floor around here. as I said, I want to put one of these things down and make it look a bit more industrial. Oh, like that. Okay. So I'm liking that idea. And so one of the things I like about Bob, it allows me to kind of focus on the design, which to be honest, I'm not great at design, as you've probably seen from the hodgepodge of what I've created. But I can kind of focus on those things more than the spending lots of time fiddling around and that sort of stuff. Which I like. And then, you're not also then just having a... I like my... when I make content, I kind of... it's not hugely edited, as you can tell. Because I'm not great at that. A good friend of mine, Mike, is fantastic at these things, but it's not a skill that I have. So I'm not going to fart around with those sorts of things. And so you're not going to have large montages of, now I'm going to get the welding ship and it's kind of that, it's not boring. It's Space Engineers is, I find it mesmerizing. I think the game is fantastic. Seriously underrated, underplayed. For a number of reasons. I'm not going to go into all of those, but it's got a lot of potential in there that I think is unrealized. So yeah, you're not going to have a ton of that stuff, and that is a good thing, I think. It takes some of the strain off me, and you see stuff kind of being built before your eyes, and you're not having a large cutscene where things are kind of done, and you're not a part of it. So that's my kind of thinking behind this. And yeah, it just saves me a bit of time, a lot of time. And to be honest, like the ship, welding ships, building ships is fantastic. Designing ships, I love. I'm bad at it, but I do love that, and I love the freedom that you get in this game with it. But welding up a projection is not fun. It's not interesting. It's great getting it done, but it's more frustrating than anything else. And that whole trying to find the right angle to get something, or trying to make sure that everything's complete, or you're building something out and it's finished, and then you look at the projection and there's like one or two things that are missing. It's like, oh bugger, where are those? That sort of things is I don't enjoy. I have OCD about certain things, but that is not one of them. And I wouldn't say it's really OCD. It's just that some specific things I like to be done precisely, or I have a way of doing them, which is I noticed one of the things that I've handed down to my daughter. Skip that one because I'm going to full block. She's just the same. She's very specific about some things, which makes me chuckle. Okay. So don't forget you've got that alternate grid mode that you can use. So yeah, it's the local grid mode. So press B 3 times, and that helps when you want to get into those awkward places, like that. That makes it much easier. And I'm learning stuff about this game, all the time. There's so much I want to do and explore. It's an ever-increasing list. And I've got this idea for a scenario that I want to build. That should be fairly easy, I think, especially with the MES system that I can tap into. Essentially I want to create like a, I might start small, but I wanted to create like a new faction that is expansionist and aggressive, and to make it a challenge. I was going to start with the kind of small one, where they essentially have a planet or a territory or something that you need to take over. But I wanted to do one that was like system wide, and essentially you start out by triggering the event. Something simple, innocuous, that you do that you cause them to get annoyed at you, and then you I don't know, you steal one of their ships or something, make a getaway, and then they hunt you down, and you end up having to be kind of constantly oops, that's a mistake, on the move. At first, as you kind of build up your resources and ships and that sort of stuff, and then there's a big finale, a big battle. Hopefully not too much lag. So some of the ideas are actually inspired by this scenario, Areas at War. The different factions that you have and those sorts of things. I just wish it was a bit more aggressive. You don't have like GC, one of the factions here, coming around to. I need to check that it's going to work. Yeah, it is. You don't really have them hunting you down. They'll harass you on a planet, but they don't come and hunt for where you are and send in waves of ships. I think there is a drone scenario that kind of does that, but I've not seen it yet. So yeah, when it comes to painting, again, I was thinking about having something where it's this main ground area starts out kind of dark in the center and then gets lighter on the way out, to make it a bit more visual. I don't want like a ton of colors. But something that's a bit more interesting than a big flat grey space like this currently is. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I think. Let's go around and do these edges, and then we can fill in the gaps, and then we'll figure out how we do the next part. Now lighting is going to be a thing. I like bright and spacious feeling, but I want something that feels kind of too flat. Where are we going up to? Out there. So if you've not seen Wellington, I will. I try to remember to put his the link to his channel. He has some good builds. He has some really nice designs for his ships. His areas at war. He's got a shark named ship that he's made, and it's really well sculpted. He's amazing with finagling the different blocks together. I'm very impressed. Oh. Ouch. Okay, that hurt. Where are we? I think we've gone through like 1,000, 1,400 steel plates at the moment, just from our inventory. We found a bunch of wrecks around, and we just, we took this big ship, and yeah, we took out any guns that were remaining, and then just scrapped everything. We ended up with a ton of stuff. They're all heavy armor, and we've managed to build a couple of bases and this ship from it. Okay. Let's take a look, take a butcher's. Oh, I forgot that piece. I could have made the whole thing maybe a bit lower, but yeah, I think it's okay. Sometimes you gotta think big. Which reminds me, I need to catch up on the last episode of Outpost Wars by Captain Jack and the team, and see how that ended out. Last thing I saw, he was the Harbinger, the main big ship that he had designed, was pretty much done, and then they were about to do the big battle. So yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna unlock this, pull it back. We can reverse. Come on. Are you off? Yes. Okay. There we go. And now we can bring this back. I don't have buttons set up for the piston yet. Landing platform. Reverse. And then shift up the velocity a bit. There she goes. There's a little bit of a jiggle and a wiggle and a wobble. She doesn't come out that far, I don't think. which is fine, because if we're going to enclose this thing anyway, then you know, you don't want it going up too far. In fact, this is probably a good time to see how high it actually goes, to put something in place that matches up with it. And then we've got a measurement that we can use. How's that? I'll put one more block just for safety, but basically that's the height that this thing will go up. And then we'll build in a little bit more buffer space, of course. But at least that's kind of relatively accurate to the raised height. It's a beautiful ship. Okay, so we will lift this thing up a little bit. Get a good look. There was a bit of floating rock that I got rid of. And I got rid of the death voxel that was there. Okay. So this is currently what it looks like. This needs a little bit of a trim, I think. This one. And then, so yeah, looking from above, get rid of the HUD. You know, I wanted this kind of H. That looks different sizes actually. Yeah, fix that. But I wanted this kind of like a helipad style thingy to work with. It's a double thickness here because of the difference in spacing that there is between the feet, the landing gear. I want to measure this, like this is just a detail. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I need to drop that one. Let me just put a placeholder here. I would like this to come in a little bit more. Oops. Maybe like that. And then, yeah, it's a 2 gap in between. This serves no purpose apart from maybe looking a little bit stylish. Like that. And then underneath, at the moment, it's got minimal blocks. I'm just wondering if it should be more, if it should go out more. You know, make it like a fully flat surface. I don't think it actually needs to, but if you're looking at it from an angle, it looks a little bit weird. Maybe baby. So if that was what's that one? If that was more complete, then that would get rid of that issue. What do you think? Like, it's not set in stone. We can try it, and you know, if the feedback of the look is not what we think looks good, then we can change it. We've got Bob, so you know, deleting blocks is incredibly trivial. You know, rough and ready is fine in some cases, and in others it's not quite what you want. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish off this section. Do this white part, and then I think what we'll do is, because it's starting to get a bit late here, and I don't want this to go on too long, because I do tend to sometimes do a little bit too much, I think. As I said, I was aiming for a kind of like an hour for this. Is then, so once this is done, I was thinking we can go off and try out those homing missiles. Never used them before. As I said, it's already set up on the ship. I did update the programmable blocks so that we had the latest version of the scripts. I've not updated the projections to include the latest versions of the scripts. There's something else that needs to be done, but I want to try them out first and just kind of see how it works. And then if it doesn't work, I can always use the older version that's loaded into the projector. And so I think they have something like a 5-kilometer range. From what I've seen on the missiles, they have cameras already built in. So it should be a case of kind of, you know, getting in range and, you know, maybe pointing in the right direction and letting them go. But it's an easy test. It's like low risk. You know, we're going to be out of range of the guns that they have. Okay, so there you go. That looks I think that looks better. I think some lights. Actually, there's a couple of gaps there. Some lights would be good as well, I think. Oh, and a few more there. How do they slip through my grasp? Okay. Yeah, that looks nicer. And the lights will play a big part. I'm wondering actually if I should attach the panel lights under here, because this thing doesn't come all the way down, I don't think. You know, it's a big grey space at the moment. But again, we'll continue the pattern of this this rectangle, and then maybe lighten out here until the edge, and then that should make a pretty nice. Yeah, imagine the lights on it to illuminate it a bit more. Yeah, it won't be this high when it's inside the hangar. But the hangar itself is also going to be fairly large. But it won't. Yeah, it won't be this much. A little bit more. I don't even think I need to trim that. I might try and make a kind of domey type shape around the top. Make it kind of a little bit more progressive, so it's not just a big rectangle. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. And then, as I said, like this floor probably will continue most of the way back here, and then we'll have these kind of big, have some scaffolding type structures around here, so like the shelves, and then have this this replacement engine on it. I think that'd be a nice detail. And we can probably do the same with one of the others. Put some of the racks up there. And then, yeah, on this thing, I need to think about it a bit more. I want kind of slopey windows coming out like at an angle in that kind of direction. Make it, this is, what, 2 blocks high? Oh, just 1. So make the whole thing maybe 3 blocks. So quite big windows coming in here, slightly rectangular looking. And then bring it back, and then we can have a one of the not catwalks, maybe the crawl space, one of the ones with ladders, kind of coming up the side here. And then we can have a kind of, you know, we can have a laddery, catwalky type section, maybe around this side to bring us around here, over to there. Cool. I'm happy. I think it looks good. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Might have to tweak this section. That looks not quite right. Oh, we've got to tweak that as well. Actually, I need to get rid of that block now. Otherwise, it might scrape when we come back in. And, you know, that we have the this gap. Can I get that? Because we have this gap, we can actually put, let's have a look. 3, 1, 2, 3. Like this. You know, we've got enough clearance that we can put lights like this in there. I want to make it quite bright. I'm not a fan of dark and dingy. Not unless it's for a romantic affair. I think 20 is the maximum range. Yeah, if you go over it, just round it down. And then the intensity 10 is the highest. I'm not really sure what fall off does. Okay, something like this, yeah. Again, we can adjust this as and when. Copy and paste. This build vision needs to be a core part of the game. There is it's essential. Saves so much time. Okay. Let's take a look. Ah, yeah, that's cool. We need somewhere around the middle, of course. But yeah, that's gonna look quite good. Oh yeah, and I think it's because the unknown signals are owned by Captain Arthur that my guns also like to take a pop at it. The artillery, when it hits, like knocks it flying. You know, I've seen it go from like 2 kilometers to like 50 in no time. Okay, cool. So that's yeah, that's the it's a bit of the housework done. This is one of the ones I fixed. Quite a cool design on these hangar doors. You're using the three in the middle to extend the width that it can be, and I guess it's fairly infinite. Oh, excuse me. You can repeat the pattern, but again, it's the it's the height. You only get 6 high with this. It's my kitty cat asking for more food. Let's go up to the bridge. Look at that. That's absolutely awesome. Love the ship. I need to work on the inside a little bit. Okay. And then before we kick off, so I think these are actually cockpit reference bridge. I think this allows us to. I'm not quite sure how we do the targeting. It can find its own targets, but how do we adjust the? I need to read the manual. I think you do it through the block. Is it? No, it's lamp. Let's launch a missile. Guidance mode camera. Don't want auto fire. It's got remote control of missiles that you own as well. Which is pretty good. Status screen colors. I should check for status screen. Sound, yak. But how do you? What's this? This one is that engine? No, it's fire control. I don't see anything kind of in there about controlling the missile. This is the engineering one. Let's go and try. Let me just check the. Yeah, a lot of the buttons are not wired up. Sometimes it's a problem with the projector. Antennas, beacon or detector, nothing major in there. Let's try this one. Camera, I think that's the reference camera that you use for the missiles. Point defense, turret welders. Yeah, I'm going to need to look at the manual. Let's check this one out. Yeah, forward view. I remember reading something about the camera that you're using on the main ship being a reference camera. Hangar doors, sensors, thrusters. Missile welders. Yeah, okay, so the fire control here for the missiles, button 1 looks like the fire. Mode switch, lock switch. Yeah, how can I can see the fire from control from here. It's got target painting. Aim point center. Well, let's go and give it a try. What could go wrong? He says. So engines are on. Of course, we've got to find it first. We're not locked in, and I don't think there's any hazards. I do need to turn on the iron thrusters are on. Oh no, they're not. Now they are. Okay. Let's avoid that big rock on the left hand side. Are we clear of obstacles? Not really. Okay. Now we are, apart from that big rock. That reminds me, I've not flown this for a couple of days, and I wanted to put in some more gyros because this thing doesn't really turn on a dime. But we are free and clear of our gunship now, so that's one thing. Okay, this pirate base is somewhere over the rainbow. There you go. There's that bright object just there. Okay, that's helpful. And it's not far, so. Okay, there it is. It's got something like 5 or 6 Gatling guns, I think, and 1 missile launcher. But we're not gonna actually get that close to it. These missiles that we have a range of 5 kilometers. And while we're here, I'm just going to double check that the sound is not too loud. Because yeah, I feel really bad about the video the other day where the thruster noise was just like way too loud. 6 kilometers. So we want to be about less than 5, but more than 4, I guess. And there is a big chance that this could go completely pear-shaped. Like there's doors on the in front of the missiles, and I'm not 100% sure about. Oh, hang on, maybe we are getting too close. Don't want to get in range of anything. Not that I'm a coward, and if I was in the gunship, I would take a different tack. But okay, there you go. So we're going to get a range from this in a second. I'm going to try and remember what toolbar this thing was on. So the first thing I'm not sure of is how to open the doors. Okay, so we're 4.23 away. We'll move a touch forward, and then I'm going to look for door. Main hangar door. No. Missile warheads. Like, I don't know if I have to arm them first. Yeah, there's a lot I don't know. Got missile turrets. I don't see anything that's like a hangar door. And I know there are doors on top of them. I can see them from here. Anything in you? No, you can't get down there. Thrusters, camera control, landing gear, parachute. This is all point defense turrets. I guess that the only thing we can really do is try and see what happens. If it blows up, then we have saved it. Worst case. So let's use this. Like, I don't really want to salvage this, but okay. Are you ready? I'm not ready. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Nothing happened. Okay. That's disappointing. Camera view. It was done. Mode. I don't know what that does. Mode. Did something happen? Oh, active. Beam ride. 5. Camera. Okay. Target locked. Okay. Launch. Oh, there she goes. Oh. Let's pull out. Where did it go? There you go. See it moving. And it's going to hit. Oh, result. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So it looks like there's some kind of locking that needs to be done. And the other one is welding up the next missile already. Second, I see the doors open. See the missile being launched. I see it coming towards us. I think I need to get out of the way. It looks like a misfire. Okay. Where actually is the... Did it break into 2 pieces? I see something over that way. Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to look in spectator cam and take a look at the station and just see what happened. Distance from players. Should be encounter stealth. There you go. So we hit it. Not seeing a lot of... Oh, yeah, there you go. Wow. Okay. That took out the heart of that thing. Jesus Christ. Excuse my French. Sweet. Yeah, there's the Gatling turrets that went in on it. So the missile launcher that was on the top is gone. Excellent. Cool. Okay. So just those 2 guns. Ah, nice. Okay, so let's yeah, it's a little bit of a walk to the front of the ship. I was thinking about putting in some kind of easy access to the bridge. Because sometimes you are in a bit of a rush. Let me just make sure, do I have hydrogen? Yeah, okay. Actually, I don't need to come through here. Although I've not fixed the buttons on this door, have I? No. That's okay, we'll do it manually. I do, the ship is, yeah, I like it a lot. So yeah, it automatically has built up the next one. Oh, what's this one for? This is the programmable block for the launcher missile. Okay. Yeah, I've already updated that. I did that earlier. But I've not, as I said, I've not updated the blueprint yet for this. I wanted to try it first. So we need to. So this is WAM. Once I've updated the script, I won't have to do this every time. Okay, that one's done. And at the moment I have to do this by hand, like a, a missile engine technician, or whatever it's called. This one failed though. And I wonder if it's because something's not being welded properly. Like that battery doesn't look happy. And it doesn't look like it's done those things. Merge block is done. The thruster is done. Like, is it actually welded and just like getting it wrong in the display, or is it that we are missing steel plate? Because that looks like it's missing steel plate. Okay, so that might be, no, I'm seeing steel plate. And I've got some on me. What's the problem? I can't exit from here because it's not a cargo container. It might just be kind of glitchy. This one's complete. This one worked without any problems. This one is not a happy bunny. The merge block is okay. It's connected. The thruster is done. The welder is off. Oh, maybe it's a problem with the welder. Trying to get barbecued. The bottom section is done, so I have a feeling that this is a glitch, and that the welder is not actually doing anything. Yeah, that thruster at the top is not it's not complete. Oh, that must be the projector. Yeah. Okay. I was wondering what they were because I was thinking about doing the change to the blueprint. Like, is that one? Can't see what's. It doesn't look like any of that is done, which probably explains why it was a misfire. I'm gonna have to check that out. This one appears to be complete, so we can go back and do that. Let's close the blast doors. But that took out a pretty massive chunk of it. I don't really know how the evasive maneuvers work. I need to try out the different modes. And that was just one. That was one missile. So I've been wanting to try out this for a while. Whip does some really really cool stuff. So we know we're on the right track with getting this working. There are, I think, 3 guns when we were looking just now. So let's go back into here. Target is locked. I don't know what beam ride does. Aim point center. Yeah, the evasion stuff. I need to look at this. Let's do it. Okay, 1 away. There she goes. Taken down, boys. Oh yeah. Excellent. Fantastic. Let's take another look. I can see myself using this a lot more. I think I need to figure out some of the controls for the missile a bit. But it looks like you know, it got in and yeah, it did some damage again. Quite a lot. It got in without you know, being hit too much by the look of it. Still got those 2. You know, if it took out that hydrogen tank, that would be a nice explosion. But yeah, that's pretty successful. I don't imagine there's much on here that we want to salvage anyway. But it's going to be pretty good against those GC defense orbiting defense. What are they called? Stations, platforms. I think this one's going to be a misfire again, isn't it? Oh no, the other one's the one on the left is, well, it can't be built yet. I think we're low on mats. Although I see a bunch of sparking happening. Let me just look at launch. That's the launch. Missile 1. What is that? There's the remote control, there's the thrusters. Missile 2. There's the programmable block. I can access it from up here. I call that's good. Okay, fire control. Thruster name tag detach. Delay. Okay, that's for the to handle the doors, I think. I have read the manual, but I've not configured anything yet, so not much is sticking. Gyros. I don't know what half those things mean. Guidance, halogram, pronav. Whip nav, hyperotic. Okay. I don't know what half these things. Raycast sensors. Ignore friendlies, false. Ignore planets. Why would you not want to ignore a planet? Why would you want to cut? Why would you want to save fuel and power? Power I understand, but fuel? No. Spin rate. Okay. I don't think we need to worry about fuel conservation. The tripwire range and the arming range is probably something that's important. Evasion parameters. Where's the... how do you specify where you target? Is that in the lamp part? This is actually surprisingly fun. Dynamic active antenna range. I have no idea what some of these things. Whoa, what was that? Okay. It looks like one of the missiles blew up in the front of the ship. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna need some repairs. Not a lot, but there's a chunk of the the bridge that is. Let me just make sure the projector's on because I was playing with some things earlier, and I had to turn them off. Okay, lost a few thrusters. Okay, this is a minor glitch with how the placement of these things. But Bob is going to fix it. I don't really know what happened there. I didn't think I pressed any buttons. Okay. Let's limp back to base. And yeah, I'm slightly worried we've got some partially armed missiles there, so I'm going to back away. It was probably the misfire. Yeah, the timer. I don't know if there's anything in the configuration to handle a misfire. Because ideally you just want to disarm the warheads and you should be good. I think that's what happened. Well, there you go. Friendly fire. Didn't get hit by the station. Hit by our own armaments. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think I'm gonna head back and repair this thing up, and I'm gonna read a little bit more about how these missiles work. But that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was a nice finale, as it were. So cool. Thanks for watching. Please do if you like the video, please let me know. Say anything. Hi, that was good. That was awful. Give me your ideas about what you think about this this docking hanger for this big ship. And yeah, just say hi. Please like the video. I'm looking to grow the channel, and you know, just have a ton. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe. Supports the channel. Lets YouTube know that I'm not a complete nab, even though I am a complete nab, and sends more willing willing faces this way. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon. I'll do another video. I'm just not sure when I'm going to be able to live stream again. It's going to be maybe a couple of days until the internet is unbamjaxed. And yeah, see you again soon. Until then, take care.